So as noted in the clip, according to the Piketty, during the most of the human history, the rate of return on the capital, that is the small r, which include profit, dividend, interest, rent, and other income from the capital, always exceed the rate of economic growth, that is small g, and this result in the high concentration of the wealth. In other words, trend toward greater inequality in the long run can be explained with this mathematical or objective law of the gap between the R and G, which he called the central contradiction of capitalism. Under this persistent condition in which R is greater than G, there is not much that those individuals who rely solely on the labor to earn a living can do to change the trend toward increasing inequality over time. More specifically, Piketty emphasized that advancement of free market capitalism since 1970s without any major redistributive intervention by the state have promoted the rise of new patrimonial capitalism, which is flourishing in the early year of 21st century. So patrimonial capitalism characterizes the condition of terrifying inequalities in which much of the economy is dominated by the anti-democratic oligarchies with inherited wealth, like similar to the 19th century Europe. In sum, Piketty's central argument is that inequality is not the accident, but rather the feature of capitalism and can be only reversed through the state intervention. So next, let's turn our attention to the Piketty's contribution to the study of global inequality. In the week one, we briefly discussed why Piketty's book has become bestseller. We noted that his book is largely being the right book at right time. So here, Wade, in our recommended reading, points out three other additional reasons for the success of his book. Due to the limit of time, if you like, let's have a discussion of reason for the exceptional success of Piketty's book in the tutorial. The popularity of Piketty's work has also significantly contributed to making the issue of inequality one of the hotly debated topics across the world. In particular, as Ortega notes in another recommended reading, although Piketty is not the first scholar who is concerned with relations between the capitalism and inequality, what set him apart is his relentlessly empirical research that compile and analyze never used data previously, which span 300 years in 20 different countries. According to the Piketty in the first required reading for today, intellectual and political debate about the distribution of the wealth has long been based upon the abundance of prejudice and a paucity of fact, with wide variety of purely theoretical speculations. One of the major sources that Piketty used in his book is the world top income database, which is the largest historical database that documents the scale of contemporary inequalities. So thus, Piketty's effort to collect as complete and consistent a set of the historical sources as possible has helped to enrich our empirical understanding of historically widening inequalities of income and wealth. Now let's look at Piketty's policy recommendations. In the first reading, that is, the introductory chapter of the book, the Piketty clearly states that I have no interest in denouncing the inequality and capitalism per se, especially since social inequalities are not in themselves a problem as long as they are justified. By contrast, I'm interested in contributing to the debate about the best way to organize society and the most appropriate institutions and policies to achieve the just social order. From this viewpoint, Piketty proposed the progressive global tax on capital for the democracy to regulate globalized patrimonial capitalism of the 21st century, in which the vast majority of the wealth come under the control of a tiny minority. For this purpose, as he explained, first thing that must be done is to promote international financial transparency. That is to say that there should be the clarity about who owns what asset around the world. Is Piketty's proposal for the global wealth tax utopian idea? So here, let's hear how one of the world's richest person talk about a tax.